Hello, welcome. Today I am going to just kind of pull in some energy. I kind of got clairaudient messages as soon as I finished the music channeling, so I'm just gonna do this quick update. On a side note, I also want to mention I will go more in depth into this promo-wise when it comes to my Oracle decks. I just want to showcase them. This is kind of like how it's going to look. This is the old version, but it's going to come in a box similar to this. And then this, of course, is the old version. And there's going to be like 78 cards. So, yeah. And these are like spirit-led based on like all things spirituality, from messages to symbols, you name it. It's like there's a lot in here. Spirituality is pretty broad, so I really kind of like chose from all areas, from all sides, duality of it all. So yeah. This is a tarot version. There's gonna be, and it's pretty huge. There's gonna be like an Oracle deck jumbo version as well. First I assumed that this is just like a mini one or a small one. I just assumed that they will look something similar to this. This is normally how like my tarot cards looks like, but they came in this size and it's pretty huge. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So yeah, if you're interested, all the links have been kind of like scattered all over. You will see a short video coming up as well where you can get like a direct access to the links if you feel like it. And if you do, thank you. And thank you. I also want to showcase like my affirmation deck as well. This is also an old version, but they look similar to this. It's gonna be like a few more cards. They're just cards similar to like something of this nature. It's like affirmations, good words to help you through the day. I'm gonna have like 2 designs. Whereas like this is just more similar to where you can put in your scrapbooks on your walls in front of your like mirror. Things of that nature. The other version is gonna be more so where you can shuffle and use them as cards. But my intention is just to kind of like have them something of this nature. You know? Let me just see, man. So this is like the front. And this is the back. But there's going to be some changes to it, but I just wanted to showcase a little bit how they look. You can definitely just, you know, skip this if you don't want to tune in. And these are my heart oracle deck as well. This is based on people's like emotions, actions, what they're going through. This is less spiritual and more so what's going on, like, or it's like in resonance to what's going on in your day-to-day life, things of that nature. So yeah, okay, I'm definitely gonna be more thorough next time. It's gonna come up like in BTS like ordained zodiac sign reading, I should say. BTS, the Korean pop band group. Okay, hopefully I'm making sense. I'm actually glad that I started off with this because the messages here that I actually got them clairaudiently. If you don't know, I channel like on a day-to-day basis, and I write them down because of my short-term memory. And yeah, it just scribbles all over, and I just read. And sometimes they come, like oftentimes they come in like in the sense of like music, like songs, lyrics, you know, instrumentals, things of that nature. But I'm a spiritually gifted, intuitive individual, and I've done this for a long time. I spend like most of my days doing like personal readings, but I do believe sharing also globally as well can benefit a lot more than just kind of stick to personals. I feel like there's like two groups, like either like you're really keen on doing it like online and you're just not so keen on doing it personal due to like the draining of energy. Yeah, I know I'm on a lot. So yeah, okay, let me stick to it here. So basically, as soon as I finished the music channel, what I clairaudiently heard was heroin. So and they kind of nudged me into like I had to ask like what's up with this. So it's based on the drug heroin. Like I know like it depends on like how you say it and spell it. English is not my first language, but like heroine could also mean like hero, like a female hero, like if you're into like manga, things of that nature. But yeah, but this is more like serious. This is focused on the drug, and I keep hearing like the song "Love in the Dark" by Adele. So what happened is like somebody has gotten into like the drug heroin and is doing it like behind the scenes in the dark. Nobody knows about this, but it's coming to light. It will come to light when you either watch this video or this person is gonna get caught. Known for them, like they're gonna get caught with like the fact that they're doing heroin. I'm not feeling so in the act, but it's more so like they're gonna say it, or somebody's gonna be like they're doing heroin, like they are into this, or they got into this drug. But for now, it's like in the dark, it's in hiding. Also heard like Pictures of You by The Cure, the band. And basically, I'm not sure if it's in relation to the person that is doing the drug, if they're like watching somebody, and this is the reason why they're like getting into this drug heroin. This could also be I've also heard Mima. So like 3 days ago, I was on YouTube and all of a sudden my algorithm on my original channel, there was like a bunch of like Big Bang Theory like videos, and I haven't watched that show in a while. And it has some comedic relief. You know, it did once in a time in my life. But what really touched me was, I've never seen like those episodes, but Sheldon's relationship with his grandma. Like, he is so like cold and suspicious with everybody else, but like when he's with his grandma, he just becomes like what people would like define as normal, you know, functioning, I should say. I'm not sure, and it's just here bad intentions. So maybe somebody has bad intention towards the card came out really good. It just didn't look the way it looked when I did it, but like anyways, so grandma, I'm not sure if that is like, I'm not sure if grandma is like into heroin or they put her on some sort of drug. Which is similar to heroin. And you guys would kind of like figure it out. Like your grandma figures. So like in terms of signs, what was dropping here was air signs and earth signs. But in Vedic astrology, if you're in tune to Vedic astrology, you know exactly where we're coming from with this. But air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then we got earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And Vedic, when you look that up, something with those signs, but when you look that up, you know exactly like where I'm coming from. It's pretty easy. It's not similar to the tropical one, but I do feel like astrologically it's more tethered to who we are. Yeah, let me be a teacher for like a sec. So Vedic astrology resonates with me more. The more you read upon it, you know exactly where I'm coming from, but it's actually tethered to our the present state that we're in. And tropical is more so like, I feel like that is just a shallow part, if you know what I mean. I feel like the Vedic is more, the resin is more like on an in-depth level for people, like characteristic personality wise. Though I do have this belief and I still stand by it, and I feel like that is pretty logical, where it's like there's somewhere we can be just one, equipped to be just like one sign. I'm just an Aries, or I'm just a Leo, or whatever. We all have all the 12 like zodiac signs, energy wise within our system. It's similar like to the solar system. It's like connected to the chakras, things of that nature. I really hope I'm making sense. And like the Draco one, there's also Draco, which I've been learning, getting, you know, the time to learn about during this year actually. And those, it's not complicated, they all go similar in a way. It's just kind of like learning, taking the learning of like being like comfortable with it, you know, let it like, okay, I'm getting used to it, getting comfortable and getting used to it. The Draco one is more tethered to like your like past life, who you were. So like if you believe in reincarnation, that, you know, it's similar in that aspect. A lot of people, when they kind of go on their soul journey, what will resonate with them in due time will be like the Draco one, due to the fact, especially for those that have like a soul mission, the Draco one would like be full 10-10 for them. Vedic ways, I feel like that's just kind of like an intermission. But it's like who we are, like on a soul level. That's my belief, that's my take, that's what has been resonating for me. However, there are aspects where it's like, and I feel like a lot of people that will resonate with this, where it's like when people talk about your sign, and you just feel like that's just not me. Like, for instance, when they say that Taurus people, all of them are like lazy and likes to smoke weed and like to be homebodies. Now, I know a few of Taurus that are like that. And in my life, that's pretty accurate, but I know for a fact that's not tethered to every like Taurus like individual. You know, the saying where they're like, oh, all Aries are like, you know, hot-headed and temperamental and all that stuff. Like, they have similarities, but like to oneself, but it's not 100% accurate. That's, you know, my take on it during my time of learning like astrology in that sense. Okay, let me get to it. So, all in all, I feel like somebody is just, oof, what is this? Let me reshuffle. It's a lot of cards. I didn't think that it would be this much though. I love it though, but like still. So we got Ascension symptoms. Somebody is definitely going through the Ascension. Like at the moment, their gifts are being activated. Pedaling it back to the drug heroin, maybe oh, it makes sense now. So like, okay, if you know about the Dark Night of the Soul, that's just one of the most excruciating like levels to like get through in life. That can last like, I'm gonna be frank, this thing can last months, years, decades. And I say decades due to like all the lessons that are entangled with this life and the last life, and you know, kind of like meshed with all the what people know as generational curses. It's like a thing. I really wish that my English was better, but we're just gonna. It's also really late. But like, I actually understand if it's like a person, whoever it may be, age-wise, that has started to dabble into heroin, it's because of them going through the Dark Night of the Soul. That is not an excuse. Spiritually, I understand why. Like on a physical level, like on some like human stuff, of course, people will be like what is wrong with you? We can just kind of tether this to like, you do things in your life due to the fact you do things in your life, yeah, because you want to evolve, you want to change. The human species are not supposed to stay stagnant. It has to move. Like, we have to move in any shape or form, whether it's for the better or for the worse, but movement has to take place. The shift has to take place. It's similar to like, you know, the seasons, you know, on Earth, like, you know, the shedding and, you know, all that stuff has to happen, because for things to be the same, he would have been outdated, like extinct, to be honest, if I'm going to be really deep here. And this is not to justify for anyone to do drugs, specifically not that drug at all. But yeah, maybe somebody's experimental with like heroin at the moment. it is due to the dark night of the soul, and I wouldn't even tap in and say it's like a psychological issue here. And you can only get that stamped when you go to an actual psychiatrist. So, side note, but this urge for, or this, I'm not feeling them being addicted, but it's like I'm seeing somewhere like they go into a party, or they get offered heroin, or if they try heroin, let's say if it's just like, I don't condone this either, but like they're just trying it because they're in an environment surrounding people doing it, they might fall into it, and then all of a sudden, the specific person gets hooked. It might not be like that intense, but it's almost like, oh, well, I am just smoking like 1 or 2 cigarettes, you know? It's not that big of a deal, but it is, and it depends on what you do as well. I always say everything in moderation, but when you know that it's a problem and you suspect yourself, you haven't like, even if you don't, but if somebody else in your environment be like, okay, I think this is not the way to go. If you get any sort of signs from anyone, but specifically from your inner self, because God works in mysterious ways, and your ancestors, then you should, you know, be consciously aware of that. In order to heal your, like, yeah, in order to heal, I'm also channeling at the moment, but in order to heal those holes within your dark night of the soul, within your ascensions, spiritual awakening here, you have to do some inner child healing. You have to do some shadow work. That is the process. That is, there are numerous like ways where you can like, resources where you can kind of, you know, search up, look into in order to like ease that process. As a spiritual practitioner, I can also help you, guide you in that way if you feel that too. But if it's not that, because I'm speaking generally here, it's very much so that, you know, it could also be that the specific drug activated your spiritual awakening. A lot of people that have been through it a lot on gruesome terms, in some way or form, I feel like God kind of activates, you know, some people refer it as the universe, but God created the universe in my belief, in my sense, and God activates that moment because it's time for your soul mission. There are certain people that is like, you know, your soul decides to like, okay, I'm gonna go through this and this in order to like help the collective. So then it's like, it's time to get activated, and that's what the dark night of the soul is. That's, you know, that's the huge part of your spiritual awakening here. And I've, you know, if this heroin thing didn't activate, or I feel like it, as more as I'm talking here, I sense that this is the case here. It's like you took this drug. I really hope that that's the case, but I feel like you took this drug or tried this drug, hooked on it or not, because I'm hoping for like the easier turn out, of course. I'm always trying to see the glass half empty, you know, and this is the reason this is the reason why it leads you to your spiritual awakening. It makes you want to search and heal, or somebody is going to help you turn your frequency of that dark night of the soul, if it's in relation to heroin, in order to like, you know what, there's other ways where you can feel better healed. If it's a grandma here that got some sort of drug similar to heroin due to like prescriptions and things of that nature, I feel like that's going to be talked about as well in terms of like within the family. And, you know, that will kind of help that specific person in due time and healing wise. That is something, you know, that just could be for like 1 or 2 people if it has to do with like a grandma figure that's in that situation. I'm not saying some them going through a spiritual awakening. Side note, you can have that throughout your entire life, but let's just say more so they are like into drug and it's some would say heroin, and the symptoms, the after effect, the withdrawals, their behavior on that specific drug makes it look like they're on heroin. That will get handled in due time. Yes. With that one, I have to see in divine timing. When it comes to someone that is way younger than a grandma status, it's kind of hard to put an age on a younger than a grandma. Now I know grandma could like be, you know, depending on when you have it, your baby could be like, a grandma could be 30, a grandma could be 80, a grandma could be like 90. In this day and age, things are just not how it used to be. So I don't want to age discriminate in that sense. But somebody way, way younger than a grandma has kind of caught on the drug of heroin. And that's due to spiritual awakening. I feel like you're going to be led by by somebody, if it's not this video, by somebody where it's like, okay, I think I'm going through something and it's something about spiritual awakening, and then you will learn to like look that up, and then you could go into the rabbit hole of like healing yourself, and it start with healing like your inner child and your relationship with your parents, you know, how you treat yourself, self-love, what you give to others, what you allow others to give you, things of that nature. And then you kind of help the collective in a sense. I'm sorry that I'm like really all over the place, but yeah. So yeah, we got good intentions. I'm also trying to find ways to like make this better. Okay, so anything else? Let's go. Anything else on spiritual? On the heroin one, I know this was a handful. I really thought I would be quick here because, like, on the heroin, they're saying in terms of time, yeah, just bear with me. See, I got here a year from now, so something about a year from now when it comes to this heroin, it could be that they have gone. Okay, wait a minute. Something about a year from now. I'm gonna do this. Because saying wait a while. I do feel like it's gonna take a time. Definitely. They're saying crystals can help. The messages you're getting intuitively as well. Maybe this is kind of activated your third eye. And then we got, I'm not sure if it's correct though, but we got homosexuals. I do have like other like special tailored deck. This is what I do in my spare time. I create decks. But yeah, maybe somebody's like struggling with their identity. Maybe they're coming out in a year, or feel like they need to come out in a year. Maybe they're hiding their identity for a while. Maybe they're struggling with the drug heroin due to the fact you know, of their sexuality here. Going back to like the Mima thing, so like Sheldon, and it's the actor that plays Sheldon, he's actually homosexual, so you might feel like you are that. But don't use drugs though, like when it comes to like your sexuality, or to cope with that, you know? I know where you live on the planet, but that's not the way to go. They're saying it's a man, so obviously it's a lesbian if it's tailored to a woman, but alright. Don't the drugs won't help you, even if you feel it is at the moment. Whoever got you into it, like, I feel like God, the universe, is trying to tell you that, you know, it's time to like go in a different direction. I feel like you're gonna help a lot of people as well, especially like with your like journey as well. It's gonna help a lot of people. And tell your testimony, like this is gonna be so beneficial for the collective that you're gonna be tailored to. If you're watching this channel, this video in specific, but if not you, I feel like somebody in relation to you will do so. Definitely. Or to this person. Anything in relation to, I'm hearing Tuesday, so anything in relation to, what was it? Pictures of you. I'm hearing down south. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so we got air signs, water signs, and tropical. So there is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Why can't I speak? Something about Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And tropical, of course, tropical is what you guys know. A lot of people are familiar with. Let me just say that. And then we got fire signs, fire and water signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in tropical. So those two signs, you might be those two signs. So it's going to be equipped. Meet those two signs. I feel like these people are gonna help you, like, open a new path in your life. I feel like they definitely have those signs in their chart. The people, these two signs, are gonna help you get spiritually awakened. So basically, out of the matrix, enlightened, get some awareness on things, things of that nature. Because you're really like loved by the universe. I also feel like when they do, they might come in the form of like a soulmate, like a really intense soulmate. You might take it as a twin flame. That one specifically, I have to give a disclaimer on. This is my take on it. This is my belief when it comes to the twin flame journey. It's not for everybody. It's not a light journey either to be on. This is something that you get confirmation from God, or the universe, higher power in that sense, okay? So yeah. So we got a message. I also feel like if this is in relation to a twin flame, on another note, that if you are dabbling into drugs, generally, your partner on a soul level has also dabbled into that or is struggling with that. Your divine counterpart mirror you, so like whatever you're going through in some way or form, it doesn't have to be in the same like time, even like dimension wise. That is for another group within itself. But let me just say this: this is for twin flame people. If you have dealt with drugs, okay, your other significant partner has dealt with like heavy anxiety or addiction similar to heroin. So it could be like they're having an addiction to porn, they have an addiction to like self-harm, like something as kind of equally like, I guess, detrimental to your situation. And this is something that is kind of like code written due to the fact for you to find like similarities. I know it sounds very off, but and I'm not laughing at the situations because like the twin flame journey in itself is so complex. It's not based on like we finding each other, intense connection, we have love, amazing sex, and we got spirit, love, and light. That is not what it is here. Partially, yes, but the main focus is you healing. You heal in order for them to heal, so you guys can heal together and help heal the collective. And the collective, and I say this slightly, it's just you know, if you're a leader in that sense, it could be like you're just doing something project-wise or like missionary-wise for like a group of people. It could also be like all of a sudden you you know, put a smile on somebody's face, whether it's through your arts, whether like within your family, you know, whether you like bring your family back together, things of that nature. Whatever brings like balance and light energy wise to whomever, that's when you're on your mission. It's that simple. Now, there's some people, groups that I know, that just them being in love is like an inspiration and light to like the collective. Just them that what's going on? Maybe you like identify, you know, different like pronouns and things of that nature, but like just you guys being a couple is inspirational enough. A little side note, it's very similar to like you know how you listen to music and you feel happy, or you see a couple and they represent you like on the TV screen, and you just light up your day. Somebody makes you laugh, somebody offers like a service or money, or just was there for you and listened to you. Just those little things. This is what I mean by like, because contrary to all this, you know, love and light that I'm talking about, as you guys have known, if you haven't seen it, there's a lot of course it's duality, but there's a lot of darkness on this planet. There are a lot of dark energies that's kind of like, you know, come through on this planet. I want to say, for better words, everything is like for soul growth and elevation, but you know, there's a lot more darkness than when it is light. And I'm trying not to get like emotional, because I'm very highly psychic and very intuitive, and like, just for a moment, just for a second, if you can shine light anywhere, even like helping an animal. Like, I'm literally talking like universally. Taking care of like nature, animals, like that means so much. That mean, you have no idea how much that means. But it's all about that light. You can have love and it's great, you know, but the duality of love is not the best thing. Duality of light is dark, so there's that. Okay, I'm gonna stop being so introspective. I've talked a lot. I'm so happy. I'm gonna do like a BTS reading to just make it look more light. But I think advice card for generally for this, unless I have to talk about it more. It says here, so the advice card here, yeah, somebody is very like a toxic fire sign, but I just say cut cords with them. If you are that toxic fire sign in tropical, could be in Aries. As a fellow fire sign, I want to say do better, but I know fire signs are very stubborn, so yeah. Do better or the universe is going to kick your butt. Point blank, period. So we got no, and then we got feng shui. So there's no peace around. There's no, like, yeah, there's no peace. There's no balance. In order to bring more feng shui, that means like more light, more peace, tranquility, things of that nature, more serenity. What you can do is kind of bring more of the earth in your home. That's a good start. But what you before that, just like clean your area as good as you can. Just rearrange things, clean. Move. The point of it is to move like the stagnant energy around your room, around your environment, and this will help the energy flow more easier around yourself and within yourself, especially when you're like getting into like spirituality. If you feel kind of stuck in a low vibrational sense, aka a low, like a dark night of the soul, what you can do in order to lift up your energy is kind of move around the frequency within your room in order not to be stuck and have the sort of like addiction. You know, for example, I just kind of go with that as an example, as your base of peace, as your base of freedom, as your outcome of that. Like, don't use that as like your go-to. Okay, I'm good. We're good to go. I've talked so much, so I'm a bit pressed because me being articulate like has not been the best, but I guess because I'm so introverted, like, or I'm an ambivert, but I'm so introverted, especially when that channel, like, you know, it's just, if you know, you know, like, if you've been on this path, you know, like, there are some people, they do this and they're just like, you're such a good speaker. I always like felt some type of way or envied people that are really good speakers, but you know, I feel like that's one of my quirks, I guess. I was born with some sort of like speech and pen Apparently, I'm not allowed to say that, but that's actually a thing. I don't know, maybe you have some sort of like disability as well to you. But we do what we can, you know? We can always improve, you know? Sorry that this video is so long. But they're saying that it's time to celebrate. They're also telling me not to be so hard on myself, but like, you know, I am human after all. So thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time.